Hello everyone, Samunda, False Teeth Throats Room. The other day I got these in the mail and I haven't even opened them yet. And because I've shared this with you, whether for you realized it or not when I was showing stuff, I was sharing this with you for about a year or more now. And so I figured that when I seen these books come out, and the guy who wrote him or made him is Paul Amatusi. I hope that's right. And he made these and he gifted some to Roger. And I put them in my cart through Amazon right afterwards. And then I went back to the channel and I asked if he would sign them. And maybe he didn't read it, and because it was later in the after the video had come out. But anyway, so I just went ahead and bought them because I would have loved to have a copy of with his signature. But anyway, one is called The World is a Mud Fossil. And the other one is Mud Fossils and the Titans of the World. Now, there was two different covers that you could pick from, or that, at the time, that you could choose for the front cover of these. And so, I chose this one. And on this one, I chose the one with the elephant. Because I know I've seen these before. And I'm sorry about that. I know I've seen these before. I mean, this elephant is huge in the water. And I'm sure the picture's in here. So let's check it out. You know, I haven't seen them yet either. Okay. I guess at first it's talking about, you know, different animals that... Or no, that's movies. Ah, I see. Because from the movie, there really is a mountain like that because there's a man right next to his head. How funny that, right? Now it looks just like it. I mean, there is people that knows about this stuff. Let me check this out. And that's a fossilized rock, you know, that was once alive and now is a mud fossil. And this is the head that they found right in Kentucky, man. That was found in Kentucky. And that was, you could see where the man had been hit in the head because of the blood and stuff. Because I remember that one. This is a foot, more than likely of a giant, because I don't think we walk around with those size. And then it talks about the mud fossil hypothesis, because that's what it is, you know, because they don't want to say that it's real yet. There's a giant fingertip, and this shows how all the blood runs down into the tips, the fingertips. And then it talks about some other stuff. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's some. I mean, check out the mountain. How many of us has ever drove by a mountain or a hill and said, wow, that thing looks like a person or a head or an eagle. Huh. Yeah. And I believe this is what they found on the moon. Or maybe it was Mars. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And I mean, this is the other side. My mama cat. Did Ellie. And then it's talking about some. There's a big celebration. Where's the party? I don't know. That might be him. I'm not sure. But his picture's on there. It's got some other pictures and a whole lot of detail about stuff I don't know yet until I read it. Check out this mountain. What's on the side of a mountain. I mean, come on, guys. And this is the kind of stuff that we're trying to show you. The people that's got either mud fossil channels or mud flood channels or fossil channels that shows bits and pieces. I mean, I've got a foot over there. I've got other feet, hands, lots of fingers. And this is just, you know, because people died in the flood. And when they died in the flood, depends on what land they were on. Depends on what that part of the body. I'm just going to say it. You know, and whatever happens, happens. And just know that I love you guys very much. The reason I believe and I've felt this way for a very long time. I partly discussed it a little bit with a friend of mine that's here on one of the rock channels, which you guys sub to all the rock channels, man, and the animal channels and everything else. And if you have a channel, they'll sub back, you know, just everybody sub to everybody and start getting these messages, you know what I mean? All the messages from everybody, you know, and then take in what you like and leave the rest. Maybe you'll pick it up later or maybe not at all, you know, and, but this is serious, guys, for real. If everybody knew what jewelry they were wearing, what it really truly was, what their clothing's really made out of, the food that they eat, everything that we consume was once alive. Everything. Or comes from something that is still alive, hopefully. You know? Everything that we put inside of our bodies was things of the past. It goes back and back and back and back. I mean, even the first people that came here, whoever they were, before all the land separated, the land was already, there was something else, a giant, a creature. And then on top of each other, they just laying on top of each other. Whether if you guys believe this or not, it's even in the Bible, where I believe it was Jesus saying somewhere that once you see everything, and then he even says something about, now this is never no word for word stuff, guys, you already know, about the land being something, I don't remember. I wish I remembered right now, but it's a body, I think, or a dead body. I forget the correct words that he said, but it says once you know, you know, you know. And I guess whatever you do with it is whatever you do with it. And that's what I've been trying slowly but surely, so that way I wouldn't be freaking people out about saying stuff about, you know, all this, these things that I have, all this rocks and fingertips and toes and whatever, you know, all this, you know, I find so much in my backyard, you know, the part that's fenced off and some that's before the fenced off place, you know, because there's different parts and different areas that I've gone into, which I pay taxes on, you know what I mean? So, all this might be talking about, yeah, Enoch. Has anybody ever read any of the Dead Scrolls? You know, and Enoch? I mean, so this is all talking about that kind of stuff too. It's about all this stuff, man. All this is about a lot of stuff. And dragons. There is dragons, whether whoever wants to believe it or not. And they were gigantic. And it talks about that in the Bible too. If you believe in the Bible, you know, or if you believe in whatever, you know, the land is bodies, creatures. I mean, look at this. This is somewhere over in the desert. And if you look from the top, from the view of the top, it's a dragon and a giant fish. Or if you look even further out, you could see that there's it looks like a cow or some kind of animal like that. You know, I mean, the land, when they talk about that, the angels, you know, came down for whatever reason and they could turn into anything, you know, and I believe some of the angels was turned into stuff and came down to make the land. Something like that. Because I know that I'm probably not saying it correctly right now because I'm a little anxious and a little bit nervous about saying all this, you know, and I'm so glad that it's this gentleman made this book about, and this is about Roger's work, you know, and Roger is the one that, I mean, Jesus, this is, I'm not even going to tell you what that is. Think about what that looks like. That opening of that cave. I don't want to get in there too deep because I'm afraid I'll scare some people off, which I might do anyway. I don't know. But look at these. I mean, how can you not say that these weren't people and animals, creatures that once lived? You know, because they died in the flood. A lot of them died in one of the resets. I know I've talked about resets before. And if you don't know what something is that I'm talking about, research. Man, do some research. You know, when we have time, you know, just do some research. And this will start giving you a lot of positivity. A lot of positive. And there'll be no more room for nothing. For the negative will go away. You know? Because, I mean, this is what I have room for. Is anything positive that's going to show me truth. You know? That's going to show me truth. I'm looking for the truth. You know, I'm tired of people who has lied to us our whole lives because they didn't want it out. I mean, how would you feel if you knew that the necklace that you wore was somebody in the past eye, part of their heart, you know, some of their lung or kneecap, you know, sliced, because everything is something from somebody from our past, because they are in our past. This is what the world is made up of, you know. It's creatures and beings, you know, giant men or giant apes, giant ape men, giant elephants, giant people. And that's not even the biggest one. The biggest one is bigger than my house. The biggest skull is bigger than my house. I mean, come on. There's the elephants. You know, they died so quickly. It's a mama or a daddy with their baby. And this is huge. It's in Iceland. It says Iceland. I mean, come on, guys. Look at that. That's rock. That's rock. Let's rock, man. Let's rock. Everything is made out of something. Everything is biology. Everything. That's why whatever is going on, whatever sickness or whatever, if we can't heal it from, you know, self-healing or somebody else healing us. I mean, there's a dog. I mean, a dog. All the creatures that was there. And look at this person. Some of it's been weathered away, you know, but that's a person. And some beings, maybe that was 3 people, because that's all you could see of it. Maybe that was 3 people that all got together. And then there's another one on top. Maybe they all, like, slid into each other in the dirt and the mud of the water. Or maybe there was people like they say has got 2 heads. You know, they just recently found a snake that has 2 heads. I forget what percentage of turtles. But they don't usually make it that has 2 heads. Because one will get aggravated at the other and bite its head, not realizing it's killing itself. I mean, that's a road you could drive on and you're staring right at that face of this man. You know? Look at the feet. It's craziness, man. But it is what it is. And look how big it is. They're giants. As big as, or bigger than our states. They were huge. Some wasn't as big. Look at this camel and the eagle. Yeah. What's that? Maybe whatever this is, maybe it died with a harden. Without saying that whole word, you could use your imagination. It says underneath, cock-a-doodle-doo. Maybe it's a choked chicken or something, because that's what it is. But everything is something from our past. Look at this guy, man. He died with his mouth open and his tongue out. And somehow or another, either that's the way he was or somebody scalped him or something. This is called Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Now, Roger believes that that's a foot, you know, and part of his feet are down, and then the other ones further back, they never show it. You know, because usually, you know, if you can't get your foot up out of the ground and you're dead, you died like that, if your body falls over, I mean, your foot's still stuck in the mud and it breaks off, you know. It's just so many different things. So many different things. I mean, it's all the way we look at things. And then here's this other book. Sorry, Mama Cat. The Mud Fossil and the Titans. I hope you guys are sticking around watching this. You know. And that's the same stuff. What? No way. Man, these look like the same books. Maybe it's... These look like the same books. Where's the Mud Fossil? Mud Fossils and the Titans of the World. These are supposed to be 2 different books. Maybe this has got more stories in it. This one's called The Smoky God in 1908 that somebody had wrote. This looks like it's mostly stories. Look at this one. Look how this guy died. I mean, a lot of these they claim is like statues from a long time ago. But when you see parts of them that has like blood coming out of them from somewhere, from as they died. Yeah, these are two different books, guys. It's just that a lot of the pages, except for the stories, it's got some of the same pictures. Wish they would have used different pictures, though. But it looks like it's just has a lot more stories. No? Jeez, maybe these are just the same books. I'll have to look at this. This one, okay, yeah, the same name. I'll look at these and see if Roger Spur's his name. And now by many others. Because there's a lot of channels out there, guys. I'll figure out, I don't think they're the same book, but there are a lot of the same stuff in it. So maybe that one has more stories in it. But you know what? Of our past, of our relatives and their relatives and their relatives and on back. Because we're all just here for a reason, for a purpose. It's not any, I don't think it's not just for one purpose. We have multiple purposes. And it's all right if we wear beautiful jewelry. It's all right if you, whatever clothes you want to wear. This is no judgment lane. No judgment. You know, I got to wear clothes too. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't. But I mean, back when I was younger and skinnier and I was built a lot better and then I got injured, but that's a whole nother story. Maybe somebody wouldn't have mind watching me walk around naked. But now, you know, Sunday is my birthday, which is Easter. And I've been on YouTube for almost 2 years. And I'm going to try and do my first live on my channel. I've been on other people's lives. I don't know how many times, many times. But I've never turned mine on live. And I'm going to try and do that Sunday. Friday, we're going live. My little sister and I's going live on Jay's channel. His is Herc, H-E-R-C 213. Capital H 213. Herc. Like Hercules, Hercules. Well, guys, if you made it this far, and then I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you however far you made it, honestly. Because we're all on our own path. We're all on our own path, our own journey. And may we all feel our blessings. Because there's blessings in every single day. Every day. I love you all. Mwah. Oh yeah, I'm going to be the big 60. 60 years old, are you kidding me? Nobody wants to watch these old saggy things. running around. Oh, well, it's all good. I'm still alive and I'm happy. And I got a lot of joy and a lot of love in me. And I just love you guys so much. I just do. Love you. Y'all take care. Y'all come back now, you hear?